Hi, friends and family. So, I am doing another vlog. I guess this would be vlog number 14 ish. I've been vlogging ever since my twin sister, Kara, passed away on March 24th. And my life will never be the same. It's been about a month now since she passed. And I've been talking about my process of grief with her and also just the revelations that God gives me on this journey. And more recently, in the last day or so, I've just been thinking about our twinness. The fact that when I look in the mirror, I not only see myself, well, and I very clearly see myself because my identity is quite defined as Kelly, but I also see my sister in myself. And that's a really strange situation to be in where you are a twin, you will always be a twin, but your twin is no longer on the journey with you. And it's interesting because twins sometimes have a hard time self differentiating or developing their own unique identity. And I remember my mom trying really, really hard for us to develop as individual people. That she wanted to celebrate our twinness, but she also wanted Kara and me to see ourselves as individuals, to see myself uniquely as Kelly and her as Kara. And I remember even if we shared a dresser with our clothes, we had our own clothes, albeit some of them were identical for a while. Sometimes we dressed alike when we were younger. And we always had drawers that were specifically Kara's drawers or Kelly's drawers in the dresser. We had a section somewhere where it was Kara's clothes and Kelly's clothes. And there was always an effort for my mom to make sure that we understood we were also individual people, if that makes sense. And it's because from the moment you're born, everybody calls you the twins. And people still call us the twins. Our maiden name was Watts, so people call us the Watts twins, or the twins, Kara and Kelly, and our names are blended together, Kara and Kelly. And I don't know why, but it seems like sometimes the firstborn, the name comes first, and the secondborn is the second one, and that's how it was with us, where it was Kara and Kelly, and people sort of blended together, Kara and Kelly. And it's always been like that. So when people ask me how I'm doing, they ask me how my sister is doing, right? Because a lot of people in my life know that I'm an identical twin. Now, new people who I meet, clearly they don't always know, and I have to eventually tell them. And I feel a need to tell people at some point when I'm getting to know them because it is very much a part of my identity. I see myself as Kelly in every sense of the word, with my own unique thoughts, personality, my own specific plan that God has for me. But I still see myself as Kara's twin sister, Kelly. I still see myself as looking like another human being who was born basically with me, came out of the womb with me. And it's it's one of those things where I was listening to some twins in a support group, and believe it or not, there are support groups for twinless twins, twins who have lost their twin through death, who've passed away, and at different ages. And there are some who it might have happened at birth, some when they were young, and then like myself, there's many who lost their twin later on in life, where they went through a large segment of their life with that person walking alongside them. And I listened to this one lady, and she brought up the concept of twinless moments and twinful moments. And I started thinking about this, and this may get a little deep for all of you. And because you haven't necessarily been twins yourself, it may be a little bit of a departure from anything you ever contemplate. But twinless moments, I felt like I kind of needed to talk about that because it's also part of the grief process. There are moments where I look at Kara's picture, and it's on my nightstand right now, or it's in my locket. I have two pictures, one with Kara by herself and one with me with her. And anytime I look at a picture of her, oftentimes I feel like she's with me. And that, I think, would probably be what this one twin called a twin full moment. You feel like your twin is present with you. There's times where I think of a story, and it's a story that only she would really know about. And that might be a twinful moment if it brings a smile to my face. There are other times where the same kinds of things can make me feel like she's absent, like she's not present, and can bring on a moment of sadness, of grief, of tears. And that's when I have these twinless moments. And it just depends on how I'm doing from moment to moment. I would say, generally speaking, I've had normal ups and downs. I'm allowing myself to grieve in whatever way I need to. But I did find a twinless twin support group online that I think I'm going to check out and see how that goes. With support groups, sometimes they're super helpful because I've been through a number of them in my life. Some are really helpful and some aren't as much, depending on how it's guided and depending on just a lot of different factors. So I'm going to see how I do in it and if that's an encouragement. And there's something about connecting with other twins who lost their twins that I'm drawn to. I've never actually had lots of relationships with other twins. I went to school with some twins, some sets of twins. I went to college, there were some sets of twins, but it wasn't like they were really close to me. And so my experience with twins is primarily my sister and me, with occasionally talking to someone else who's a twin. So nobody who was super close. So I kind of have this need, I think, now to get to know some twins. And some twins who have learned to navigate life after their twin passes. And I don't know, it seems like maybe a group that I don't want to be a part of, but it's a group that I am a part of. And it's a group where maybe I might find people who understand how I feel more specifically in my losses as a twin, because sometimes it's really hard to describe it to people what it's like. But it appeals to me, I think. I've really thought about different ways to go through this grief journey. And while I can talk to people I love who are close to me, nobody really understands what it's like to be a twin and what it's like for somebody who has your DNA, who looks like you, to pass away. It's almost like, even at the celebration of life service with my sister's picture blown up, and it was a beautiful picture of Kara, but it's weird because it looks like me at the same time. It's like the person who looks like me on the planet is now not on the planet, she's in heaven. And so I guess I've been thinking a lot about twinless moments and twinful moments, and maybe exploring what that means in terms of the moment that I'm having in grief, and whether I'm experiencing a moment of joy or a moment of sorrow probably determines which way I feel. And I suppose I'll probably explore that more because it's a unique experience. But I think that's where I'm headed right now as I joined a private support group that's more just getting to know other people who've been in this boat, who've been through this, because I don't know anybody who has in my exact situation. So right now, I've been looking at my locket all day, and just like I said, I'm holding my phone tonight. I did that last night too, or the other day when I was talking, and it's a little harder to show the pictures, but one of these days I'll stick it on a stand and I'll actually show it to you. But I have been holding my necklace a lot today. I've been picking up my locket and I've just been holding it, and I've been putting it close to my heart and just feeling like she's there. And I would say those are twinful moments that I'm having, where I feel like my sister is a part of me. She's close to my heart, and I'm carrying her with me in what I'm doing. And I've cried less and felt a little bit more like sad, but appreciative of how blessed I am to be an identical twin. And even though things didn't turn out the way that I wanted, uh, I'm grateful for the gift that Kara has been in my life and the way that she's marked my life. And so, even though she's in heaven, I'm hoping that there will be more ways that I can find to feel her close to me. And also, I think, like I said, just getting to know some other twins who've been down this road might be nice, because it's just something that I think I need, maybe, or I want in my life. I want to know other twins who've been through this and just get ideas. Sometimes it's just like just having that support and that care for one another and that deeper understanding of what it's like to have a person with you that closely throughout the entirety of your life, and then to have that person pass and transition to a twin, but very much without the other one present. I think I need that. So I think that's it for today, but I just wanted to vlog about twinful moments, twinless moments, getting to know twins who relate. And because I've never really gotten to know that many sets of twins before closely, it'll be really kind of interesting to learn about their experiences as twins too, and kind of compare notes on what we've all been through as twins, because we all have our own experiences. And I feel like there's a lot of things that are very similar in terms of dynamics among twins. So I love y'all, and I think that I feel encouraged by some of the things I'm finding, some of the resources I'm finding, and I think that'll help me during this period where I'm processing so much. So I love y'all, and I will talk to you on the next vlog. Be blessed.